Yes, everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Happy Thursday. We are almost at the weekend and we're almost at the kickoff for the Premier League season 2024-2025. What could it bring? What could it bring? We're bringing your predictions from not just the West Ham Network, but from ex-players, celebrity fans. That'll be coming out in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. Do they have the same optimism as us, particularly the ex-players? I've always found that interesting, whether it's just a fan thing, whether the ex-players have that optimism as well. And spoiler alert, some of them do. Anyway, Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com. Boys, as per usual, a few stories. I think the first one really is, Jarrod Bowen, my captain, officially announced as the West Ham captain for this season. We sort of alluded to that, having just seen him. So, sort myself out a little bit. Having seen him obviously lead out the team against Celta Vigo in the Betway Cup. And the assumption was whoever was doing that was the captain. And the club have announced today via a little interview from Jarrod that he will be the captain. All the best, Mr. Bowen. All the best in your stewardship. Now, let's talk about some transfers. At lunchtime today, I did about a piece about the Deadwood. Not Jedwood, but Deadwood. The new boy band at West Ham. Getting rid of some of the Deadwood. And, apparently there have been some inquiries for a few of our squad players or players who may well be surplus to requirements, like Tommy Suchek, Aged. And obviously the price, and also the price has been set for what the club want for Mavropanos as well, which seems a bit cheap, like the budgie. But obviously, in terms of players we've been linked with, a couple of nonces, a couple of players from Nantes. I don't know what the plural of that is, but obviously Nathan Zeze is someone who apparently we've bid. According to reports, 20 million euros for the 19-year-old French centre-back. Can also deputise at left centre-back, left back as well, as sort of left-sided centre-back. So definitely one for the future. And if you're thinking potentially with like the likes of Aged going, obviously he's a left-sided centre-half. Max Kilman's a left-sided centre-half. So if Aged goes, then we're very light on that side. Obviously, with Bonner going as well. So someone like Nathan coming in, or Nathan, would add some depth and also a bit of a nod to the future as well, looking ahead. So, but it's not just Nathan. It's not just Zeze we're interested in, particularly from Nantes. We're staying in Ligue 1 and we're staying with Nantes, with Bastien Mepiou. Bastien Mepiou. 18-year-old centre-half from Nantes as well. And apparently, as I said, West Ham have been linked with a move for him as well. Interesting play. The likes of Tottenham, Everton and Wolves are all interested. I believe, if I check, Wolves are... Everton apparently... No, Wolves have put a bid in, about 4.3 million. And that was actually sparked by us signing Max Kilman. But apparently we are also in talks with potentially even a double deal, maybe. I don't think it'll be a double deal. I don't think that's right. I don't agree with that. I think it's one or the other. But again, it's showing, we've got the top tier, or not top tier, but the first 11, the first squad tier, and then we've got a second tier of transfers coming in. So like Luis Guilherme, I don't expect him to start on Saturday. I don't expect to start many games, but he's very much one for the future. And where we've been buying guys who come in now, the likes of the Folk, Rodriguez potentially can come in now, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka. It's mental when you just reel off those names, isn't it, when you think about it? Bringing in someone like Bastien or like Zeze, it gives you that sort of next generation. And that coincided with obviously the academy players. Obviously, George Earthy got officially announced with a move to Bristol City. Very good, very good announcement video. Planet Earthy with an Attenborough voiceover artist. Very clever indeed. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think it's really interesting how we're looking at Liga. There's some bargains to be had. We know also the players develop at an earlier rate in Ligue 1 because there's more emphasis bringing them through to the academy because there's less money in that league than the Premier League in terms of academy players being brought through. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Clearly, we've got a number of irons in the fire, pardon the pun, and maybe Bastian could be our new bastard. Who knows? And lastly, quite an eye-catching one, academy sort of prospect, really. We're set to boost our youth ranks by signing promising young forward Brad Dolligan. Now, Brad's been around the West Ham setup since the beginning of this summer, really. He went out with the academy to the Hong Kong Sevens and played a lot of times there. He's really caught the eye of the Hammers. He scored 29 goals for Worthing's under-18s. And the club believes he possesses the potential to develop into a first-team player. And apparently have moved swiftly to secure his signature. He'll join the academy and look to make his mark in the youth system. Obviously, there is some gaps in the forward line now within the academy. Like Callum Marshall going out on loan. Potentially Cam Swire. Gideon might go out on loan potentially. Josh Ajala going to move up to the 21s. So whether Brad stays in the 18s or moves up to the 21s, we'll wait and see. He has. We've been as a side, as a fan base. I think we've been desperate to have an academy striker. Do you know what I mean? I look at all the pieces. The one I think we always put a little bit of, I look at. Back in the day, TC, scoring over 100 league goals from the academy to scoring over 100 first, league goals in the first team. You look at when Freddie Sears stepped into the thing. We were really like, oh my god, this is the next one. And there's something about an academy player scoring goals, isn't there? I think so. Bradley getting them at a young age. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how he develops. There's a lot of interest about him. The club are very excited about the prospect of him signing. And hopefully he'll be a Tony Cottee, not a Sonny Perkins. So because we put all our hopes in Sonny and then he sort of leads and then, or is it Orient now, I think. But we'll wish Brad all the best in his time at West Ham. It's not officially announced, I don't think, but it will be soon. So that'd be great news. Because I think for anyone who watches the academy, with the likes of, obviously 6 players from the 21s really have gone out on loan. And that has left a bit of a gap. But that does allow for the 18s to step up. And as I said, there's some great guys there. Josh Ajala, Josh Briggs, Ezra Mayes. There's some good players there who can step up, as well as bringing in people like Brad, David Chigueda from Man City, Balogun from Man United as well. So adding to that pot. And then that obviously leaves a gap in the 18s, which allows the likes of the 16s to step up. The likes of Simone, the likes of who else? Emike Ediele, Edris Golombekis. So there is, a conveyor belt starting, very much so. And that's it, my friends. Don't forget to check out tonight's Alex on the West Ham Network Extra, if I put the right button up. He's got a live interview with a Aston Villa fan called Joe, the Aston Villa fan, to preview the game on Saturday against Aston Villa. That's on the Extra channel. Make sure you check that out, of course. And until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Don't forget to check out needsandmumbrand.com for all the latest news reviews and opiniones. And I'll see you very soon. Much love.